Hey folks, wow, has it been a couple of days. So in just the last couple of days since basically Friday, it's been like one thing after the next piling in. Bliss and Julia came to visit, hadn't seen them since way pre-COVID. I had my event with Kyle, which was fantastic. I started selling my piano course. My piano course is out there, and I'm honestly, it's filling up already. I'm honestly concerned that it's gonna fill up, that the cap that I put on it is gonna be too low. But of course, it's a beta run of this course, so I want to make sure that I can really give the attention to the students that I have, that they deserve, and that will really let me build this thing going forward. Katie and I put an offer in on a house 2 days ago. We are under contract today for a new house in Albuquerque. So it's like things are flying, and it's awesome. And it's been a really fun process of like feeling this wave come and like realizing also what we're creating. Like it's like the way in which for several months now, really years, but certainly the last 6 months or so, connecting in with what's really most important and really getting grounded in this kind of source feeling of like, this is the moment we have, this is the moment I'm in, and allowing that to come through. It's like things are popping. It's like just movement happening all over. And one of the most exciting things is I had a debrief with Kyle today, and we were talking. He loved the event as I did, and we've decided to definitely do it again. We haven't set a date, but it's like we're going to do a few more sessions and decide on another date. So that's awesome. And the thing that's really come through for me is by doing that event, somehow it sort of opened a door for me, and I realized I can do these on my own. And I know I've said this in previous posts, but what really was kind of coming through today was that's the door that has opened here. I think by doing it on a platform like Kyle's, where it's like, there's a fair amount of viewership and exposure built in because it's already a platform that has 3,000 people on it. That sort of like gave me a, kind of like an eye of the needle moment. And now it's like the door just feels wide open for me to take this and run with it, for me to say, oh, well, I'm just going to do a weekly Facebook Live where I do a similar event on my own. I don't need it to be with Kyle in order to keep developing what's coming through me. And I think in a lot of ways, how the event went and having so many people affirm that it was great has given me a sense of like, okay, the wind is at my back. Like this is like the call is something that I really want to answer and really want to like go more deeply into, and take on. In a way, it's like the dream of what I've always thought would be so much fun, what I've always thought would just be this incredible ride to go on, to create an event that's music and spirituality. Not that they're just like blended together or like stuck together somehow, but that they're, since they both arise from the same space, just kind of acknowledging that as the core, as the source of the piece, leaning into that, living into that, and seeing what comes up, seeing what I create from there. And it's just come through really, really powerfully that, of course, I'm going to keep doing this with Kyle. I hope it becomes a regular thing on AEP. But this is also an invitation to just keep going deep. I mean, my first student really after the weekend, immediately she'd seen the event and she immediately started opening up to me about some of the stuff going on in her life. And all of a sudden, what I was talking about on the event, where I was saying, piano is a portal into this deeper work, our entire session was like a really deep kind of spiritual mindfulness mindset. What types of limiting patterns do we hold type of session. It was this whole kind of like unpacking of a much deeper level of life through piano. And I felt I felt the impulse immediately as soon as we got on. It was like, oh, today is different than our previous lessons. Like I've opened the door into this is now what I'm doing. This is now what my students are looking for, basically. And that feels amazing too. It just feels super exciting to be turning over a new leaf and like really letting in that this is what my life is about. This is what this thing that I've always loved and had no idea how to shape or how to birth is alive now. And it's happening, and it's growing, and I have no idea what it's going to turn into. I mean, it's still like right now, it's like an infant on day one still. So, but that just feels but it's clearly alive. It is clearly happening. It's in the world. It's not just in my mind anymore. It's not something that I'm fantasizing about or just wondering whether it could someday be a thing. It is a thing. And that feels incredible. That feels really, really cool. So I'm just kind of celebrating that today, and I'm going to go have dinner with Bliss and Julia and my parents. So, yeah, love you all, folks. It's so great to have you in my life. I appreciate you deeply, deeply. Much love, and I will see you very soon.